Well, I can't remember ever not wanting to be a rodeo cowboy from the time I was probably this big. So I was a professional bareback rider, have been for probably 30 years. Full time for a living. I did it for 20 years. Went to the national finals 4 times. Was a BRCA season leader. My career was real up and down. I had a lot of injuries I dealt with. It seemed like every other year throughout my career I had an injury that would sideline me for a year. I had both knees operated on. I broke my back twice and had 2 back surgeries. I had 12 chips taken out of my elbow one time. Hip surgery, shoulder reconstruction. The hip, I broke my hip socket in 1993. I didn't know what it was at the time. So I rodeoed with a broken hip socket for 10 years. Went to the Olympics and rode at the national finals and all those times, and eventually it caught up with me in 2003. The pain or discomfort got so bad that I had to figure out what was the matter with me, and basically I went and got it fixed. I found a surgeon that had invented this surgery to avoid hip replacement. So he fixed me up, but he said, you'll never ride again, probably never ride a horse again, period. So that was in 2003, and I was kind of like Willie. My body was, because of what I put it through, the discomfort, my wrist had been broken, dislocated twice. It was a job just to get out of bed. You know, getting through a day of work was really tough for me. So I started training in mixed martial arts. I kind of got back in shape, had a couple fights, which wasn't the smartest thing at 48, but now I know a Marine goes through that. You know, it was getting my body back in shape was a great thing, but I still had all the discomfort from all the joint stuff, putting my body through riding bucking horses for 20 years. So a friend had been after me for a year, sent me emails, pestered me. Francie Martin kept after me. All right, I'll try it. So I tried Liquid Collagen, and my wrist had been hurt. The discomfort in my wrist was so bad when I quit rodeo, and I know I'd never ride again. After being on Liquid Collagen for a month, they had this $1 million rodeo in Dallas, Texas, and they had qualifiers that were open to the world, and I thought, heck, you know, I'm in good shape. I feel good. Been drinking this wonderful juice. So I entered a qualifier, and getting back on bareback horses at age 50 really just isn't done. So I go to this qualifier, and I was 82 points. I won second. I qualified for the semifinals of this $1 million rodeo. Went down to Mesquite, and I rode really good. I missed my chance to ride for the $1 million by 1 place. But I thought, you know what? I want to keep rodeoing. So I decided that I was going to try and make the Canadian finals, because we couldn't do that back when I was rodeoing. This was something new. If you went to enough rodeos, they would let Americans into their finals. So I went to Canada and was rodeoing. I was 6th in their standings, and a horse bucked me off and hung me up at a rodeo and stomped on my legs and broke my ankle, and my calf was kind of the size of my thigh. And so I thought, well, heck, the summer's over, and I drank my Liquid Collagen. I never really went to the doctor, but 3.5 weeks later, I entered another rodeo because the swelling had went away, and I could walk a little bit. So I went to another rodeo in British Columbia, and I won second. And I ran out of time to make the Canadian finals, so I came back to the States, and I rodeoed in the wilderness circuit, which in NFL terms would have been like the AFC West. So I qualified for the wilderness circuit finals, and our circuit in bareback riding is one of the toughest there is, because the current and four-time world champion Casey Fields is in my circuit, so I had to compete against him and several of the students that I taught over the years and other NFR qualifiers. But so last fall at age 51, I was split the first round with Casey Fields, and I placed in the next two rounds and won second in the average against the best in the world. And this year I've placed at every rodeo I've entered. So the Liquid BioCell, I can't even tell you, in my wrists, I couldn't even hardly move it when I quit rodeoing 10 years ago. Now, I rode bucking horses all last year and this year, and it hasn't bothered me a bit. It's an amazing product. Yes. An amazing company, amazing people.